is up, God favorite family? I'm so happy you made it back to this channel, because today would not have been the same without you. Hey y'all. Okay, so today's verse is a little bit deeper. Every verse, every word of God it has depth to it, it has meaning to it, but this one is a little bit I guess more serious than what I usually talk about. It's a little bit more of a serious topic, but I'm going to read it and then I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to talk about it, how it applies to my mindset, the way that I think, and the thing that people usually question me about, and I'll explain that later. But the verse is Ephesians 6:12, and I'm reading in the English Standard Version. That's the version that I read. It's the version that's most clear or plain to me. So it says, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." So if you've been to church before, if you've been in the church, you've probably heard that verse before. Ephesians 6:12. So that verse is talking about the spiritual wickedness, the enemy, Satan. Is talking about the enemy, his ruleship, and the influence that he has in this world. So when I was talking about earlier, people usually question me on my mindset. I'm a type of person where you could be doing all kind of things to me. I might know your feelings toward me. Most of the times God reveals that to me before I see anything in like this world. I know a person's heart, especially toward me, or how they feel toward me. I know that. I can feel that God reveals that way before a man or a woman has that opportunity. But I will not treat you any differently. I won't do anything shady to you. I won't try to, I won't try to avenge myself. I've learned the gift of forgiveness. I've learned the gift of just letting it be and letting God handle those type of things, because like that verse says, I'm not warring with you. I'm not warring with you, the person. I'm not warring with a woman or a man. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm not warring with you. I'm warring with the enemy. I'm in a spiritual warfare, and I'll love you like crazy. I won't treat you any type of way would make you feel neglected. I won't try to make you feel hated. I won't try to make you feel bad about yourself. Even if you do that to me, I won't do it to you. You just cannot get me to do that, because and it was something that I kind of had to learn. I had to learn the hard way. I went through a really tough situation where I went through every emotion there was. I was angry, I was heartbroken, I was sad, I was depressed. I went through every single negative emotion that there was. But it wasn't until, and this is really when my relationship kind of solidified itself. It wasn't until I was like, I can't keep feeling like this. I can't keep going crazy. Like those emotions, hatred, that anger, all those negative emotions that we attach to people, those things will eat you alive. And those things are not from that person that you're mad at, not from that person who you feel like neglected you or rejected you or whatever they did to you. Is not from that person. Those feelings that can eat you from the inside out, those are from the enemy. Those are from the enemy. Yes, sometimes he can use people around us if they don't have the proper spiritual shielding, if they don't have the proper spiritual strength to ward that off. He can use people around us, of course, but you're not fighting with those people. You're not warring with those people. They're not the ones, they're not the source of that anger or rejection. That all comes from the enemy. All of those negative emotions, everything negative that there is, that comes from the enemy. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to destroy you. He wants to kill relationships. He wants to steal your joy, your peace. Those things are from the enemy. And when they kind of clicked in my mind, and then I also started to realize where my identity was. I had to shift my identity from that person or from those people or that situation. You have to shift your identity from whatever whatever you're holding your identity in, you have to shift that and put it in the Lord, put it in God, in your Father. Once I did that, and things started like switching around in my mind, I was able to see things from that person's perspective. I was able to empathize with that person. I was able to grow and love that person from a genuine place. I love people. It doesn't matter what they have against me. It doesn't matter how they try to destroy me. It doesn't matter what they think I can't do or how much they despise me. I don't care. I love people. Of course, I can get in my emotions sometimes, and I can get angry, or I can be sad for something. If I see something, I get angry. But in the end, my mindset has shifted. So I always come back. You are not the one that I'm fighting against. You're not the one that I'm mad at. You're not the one who's causing that heartbreak. Not really. You're being controlled by another force. We war not with flesh and blood. It's with principalities, wickedness in high places. That all comes from the enemy. So I know who my enemy is, and I will never, ever hate anyone. I don't wish ill will on anyone. I don't care what they've done. I don't care what the Lord has revealed about them to me. I will try to love you from that feeling. I will try to make you see that, why do you hate me? Why me? Have I done anything to you? And I will try to make you see that. I'll try to be the best person that I can be in your life, and try to be a light in your life, because I really believe it's not you. I believe it's the enemy. And I don't war against people. I war against the enemy. I war against wickedness. I war against the devil. That's who I war against. My war is not with man. God has my back on all fronts. I'm not afraid about anything. God has my back on all fronts. But I know that my enemy is not in flesh and blood. And that's why I think the way that I do. That's why I act the way that I do. That's why my responses and my reactions don't really measure up to what the world considers the appropriate response or the appropriate reaction. Because my mindset is totally 100% different, I guarantee you. And a lot of times, like my family and my friends, they don't understand that. But my mind is it's somewhere else. I'm just telling you, I'm in another space. When you do something to me, I was like, I just let it go. I'll forgive you instantly, and I'll let God handle it. And then I pray for people who I know don't like me. I pray for people who are angry or feel some type of way. If I've done anything, or they feel like I've done anything against them, I pray for that situation to be handled in peace. I pray for peace. I pray for that person in their heart. If I know I've done nothing wrong, but somebody's still feeling some type of way, I pray. My response is prayer. My response is going somewhere and praying. That's just my response. I don't respond in the right way, I guess. But it all comes from that mind shift that happened in the time where I was angry, when I was almost consumed by unforgiveness, consumed by the unforgiveness and the hurt and the anger. I was consumed by that, where I had no control of my own reactions, my own emotions. I didn't have control over my mood, because if I thought about it, everything switched. And I can't handle it. Like, I need to be in control of my life. That's why I've never drank. That's why I've never done drugs. I need to be in control. I have to be in control. So that was one of the things. I had to shift my mindset and change it, and change over my identity in the way that I thought and the way that my responses. I had to take all of that and put it back in God. I had to put myself back into God and put it back into perspective. And that's why my mindset is so different. That's why my reactions are so different. That's why I don't enjoy drama. I don't enjoy any of that. But it all comes from this verse, Ephesians 6:12. Ephesians 6:12. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. That is our enemy. Not people, not man, not that woman, not human beings. You're not warring with other human beings. Take your fight into spirituality. Start praying. Start loving people. Start forgiving people. Take it to a spiritual place and let go of the natural, because that's not where your fight is. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your time. You're making yourself more upset. You're not changing anything. Take it to where it needs to be taken. Take it back to the spirit realm. I love you guys so much. I thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Peace and love.